COVID-19 in the pool and spa industry, guys, we're trying to bring you all the up-to-date information that is changing moment by moment. We were fortunate that we had John Norwood on the other day, who are government relation officer for CPSA, and he gave us some legal insight on some of the documents coming down. David Haas from IPSA gave us a great interview from the service industry, and Dominic and the NESPA gave us some input from the top. We are back with Sabeena Hickman, the president of the PHTA Pool and Hot Tub Association. She is very close to our the Capitol in Washington, D.C., out of Virginia. She is working from home like all of us are today. Sabeena, what do you hear from the top? They're close to Washington. What's going on in the pool and hot tub PHTA?
So currently today, the CARES Act, which is the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, they're deliberating in phase 3, moving closer to an agreement. We were in touch with our lobbying firm, expect to hear something later today, and then obviously PHTA will issue a statement, and that's going to talk about the tax credits, the leave policies, all those business decisions that need to be made. We are in phase 3. Hopefully this will be the final phase that we can share with our membership in terms of how to adopt that to their business practices.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm noticing is that a lot of these edicts that have already come out, normally they hit corporations, 500 employees and up, and a lot of these restrictions and everything, family leave and all of that, are now actually being run across the board, even to small businesses. And I would venture to say that almost the entire pool industry, except for some of your distribution houses, would be considered small businesses. So, those that are not paying attention to what's being worked on in Congress today and tomorrow is really, that has a direct effect on small business, because, a lot of these regulations are hitting us, which is something new that we haven't really seen in the past, that I haven't seen in the 20 years I've been doing my business.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's very extensive and complicated. So we're taking everything and we're going to turn it into an FAQ. So we're gonna water it down. Everyone's like, talk to us in pool language. So we really want to take it and make it more practical so folks know how to apply it. And it's hours and hours of analysis. We've obviously got our legal counsel and our lobbyist involved. What we're saying is everything's a guide, and everything is maybe a little different in terms of the executive orders from the state. So you're going to want to consult with your state officials or your state DOL, or if you've got an attorney, you're going to want to just consult with them. What we're finding with the list of exclusions, that's been the main focus. We sent something out to our membership yesterday. As I just said, every state action varies, but we're seeing patterns, and that's what we highlighted. Exclusions fall if you're in maintenance and sanitation, chemical manufacturing, warehouse distribution, and also the home improvement and retailers are falling under those exclusions. So we just heard last night, Indiana, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, as you guys said, it's moving quickly. So we just want our members to look for those patterns. Again, we're going to translate all that for the states and tell them what applies to them.
Yeah, I just want to read, so you have your government relations update, and I just want to read this one paragraph because I feel like this really succinctly says it. So PHTA firmly believes the companies that supply pool sanitation and disinfection materials through manufacturing, distribution, and retail stores, the companies that manage the maintenance of swimming pools, hot tubs, and other artificial bodies of water, and the companies currently constructing in-ground pools and spas are essential to preventing the transmission of infectious diseases, helping maintain community health, and ensuring the public safety. That kind of really is a very succinct statement that you guys have pushed out. And so how are you seeing that implemented? Because I know, like you mentioned, a couple of the states, where is it? Somewhere down in Florida, they've now shut down. They're not allowing maintenance guys. I did hear from our California representatives that we had somebody in Sacramento that was maintaining out on the roads, and they actually got pulled over by the authorities and asked to go home. And then I know the city of Irvine down here in my neck of the woods is not allowing, many of the neighborhoods there are not even allowing service guys in. So as an industry, what should we do? What are you doing? What do you recommend that we do to kind of get the word out properly that this is potentially, especially here in Southern California, right now, March is always the toughest month to service pools because we've got all the pollen happening, and the pools are really a challenge in March and April, and not servicing them is really potentially dangerous.
Sure. And like I mentioned, we're really hanging our hat on the health benefits. We don't want our pools to turn green. The letter that we sent out a couple days ago that we got from Homeland Security, there's 5 really strong talking points that apply to the pool and hot tub industry. What we're hearing from our members is through our chapter network, it's a grassroots effort at this point in time. We're telling them to send the letter to their representatives and elected officials. Also, if you're driving in a truck, Dom had a great point stating, put a letter on your company letterhead saying that you're traveling to and from work, and also keep all those what PHTA and your state associations are sending out in terms of exemptions and exclusions. Have that paperwork. Have every employee have that paperwork, because that's going to be a huge tool for us to remain open. I know Leslie's had put a letter out to their customers that state, as bleach is becoming scarce, use chlorine, and everyone's using bleach to disinfect surface areas, and they've given you the formula. Chlorine obviously is a lot stronger. They've given you the formula to use that. So we are playing a very important role in the spread of COVID-19, and also we want to prevent any future mosquito breeding grounds or E. coli. We don't want to create more problems down the road because we've shut down our service and maintenance professionals.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to touch on that we really didn't touch on Sunday when we did all of our updates, and as we've pushed them out through some of the social media channels, I have seen a little bit of pushback from the community about respecting safety and things like that. And so I know we have a policy here. I know Randy has a policy at his studio. We have told all of our employees that you're not mandated to come to work. Everyone is free to stay home. If you have issues, if you have medical issues, please, by all means, go ahead and stay home. And if you're at all sick, absolutely do not come in. And so that's some of the pushback that I've seen, is that people are saying, well, how can you force your people to come in and make them unsafe? And that our office staff is mostly working from home. Randy's office staff is all working remotely. The field guys, they have a choice. And we've had a couple of guys that have stayed home because they don't want to. So, this is, I don't know. I just can you reiterate that a little bit, that we're not trying to put people in an unsafe situation?
Yeah, and I think it is a business decision. I know one of our members up in the Northeast, they're able to work, but as a business, they decided not to. Maybe their team wasn't comfortable. We're doing the same exact thing. The health and safety of our employees matter most. I have people in the office who are primary caregivers for elderly parents, and they just don't want to run the risk of being exposed. So there's obviously flexibility. I think we've gotten guidelines federally and state in terms of what should be done. But unless there's a lockdown or sheltering in place, we're allowing our employees to kind of make the decision based on their comfort level.
Well, Sabeena, we're excited that the Pool and Hot Tub Alliance has given us some of the tools that we can to try and maintain the pool industry. And I think your suggestion of taking these documents that you're producing and putting them on the dash of the truck, because if we've got whole associations that are not allowing our service individuals in, we're putting people at other risk of diseases. So I think, we as the industry have to understand that we are critical to making sure that we don't have mosquito outbreaks or problems. So
yeah, absolutely. One of the pieces too we created, Randy, is customizable. So a service company can put their logo on it because we want to educate the customers. If you don't treat your pool, this could happen. It's your decision. Some of our service guys are saying, we will not interact. We'll go to the back. We will have our proper protective equipment on. We will treat your pool and we will leave. We will leave, put it in the mailbox or on the door. So we want our service and maintenance guys to over communicate that to their customers. We're not telling you you have to, but if you don't, you may run the risk. There could be larger problems down the road. So I think a lot of people are being creative in how they service their customers.
Fantastic. Sabeena, we're going to keep checking in with you. You're giving us the tools that we need to keep the industry moving. We appreciate your leadership role, getting us the documents we can. She is Sabeena Hickman. She is president of the Pool and Hot Tub Alliance, very, very close to our nation's capital out of Virginia. Please stop by their website, watch their social media. They're giving you the tools you need to get through this crisis together and come out the other end, just better. So we appreciate it. Dave, Sabeena, we're out of here. Sabeena, we're going to check back with you in a couple of days. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you much.
guys. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.